Hi, this is Phoenix Genesis. Hiking the Pacific Crest Trail does not have to be expensive. You may want to splurge on a few expensive items. That's understandable. You know, you might have something that's just a favorite. You just want to use it. But, you know, everything doesn't have to be expensive. I've hiked with cheap things and expensive things, and a lot of times the cheap things have held up better than the expensive things. Some of the things I would never spend a lot of money on, and I'll go over that. One, as I said before, is my rain gear, and I've tried frog togs. I'm not going to spend $200 on a helium jacket. I'm sorry, just not going to spend it. Things get torn, they get pine sap on the trail. This has served me. I've never gotten wet once, and this is the Ozark Trail emergency poncho from Walmart. It weighs well, the way I set it up, it's 1 ounce, but the way I set it up, 1 3/8 ounces. It does the job, and it covers as a pack cover, so it goes over me, it goes over the pack. You can also use it to lay on the ground as kind of an alternative to a poly cryo ground sheet. Completely waterproof, and again, $1. So of course, all these things, when they come in their original package, they're a lot smaller, they bulk out, and again, you don't want to waste that time. I like to get up, get on the trail. I don't want to waste time stuffing things back in the original package, so I can live with the bulk. So what I do with it, it ends up being this size, 1 3/8 ounces. I put a rubber band around it, and I just use just a little sandwich bag. And you know, yeah, you could just kind of stuff it in the nook and trannies of your pack, but you got to remember, this is a rain poncho. It's going to be wet, and it could get kind of like moldy after a while, or kind of nasty smelling, muddy. So I don't want to mix it up with my quilt and my other gear that I want to keep clean. So just, you know, the little extra nominal weight to kind of put it in that baggie and, you know, clip it. And also too, I could, you know, with the rubber band, I carry a lot of rubber bands when I hike. I could just use a mini beaner and clip this to the outside of my pack as well. So anyway, that's $1. Another $1 item from Walmart is their little itty bitty headlamp. It looks like I turned it on. It looks like it's about 100 lumens, which is not super bright, but it serves its purpose. I wouldn't use this as my main headlamp if you don't plan to do anything at night. Yeah, you could get away with it, but I like having a dedicated headlamp when I hike. Black Diamond. I think if you look at my previous gear, you'll see what I used. I'll go over it again this year when I do another gear review of what I'm taking this year. But I want to have 2 headlamps. I don't want to waste the battery on my phone. I also don't want to be, I want to be hand-free, because I did use the battery on my phone and the flashlight to replace the headlamp when I was hiking. I did a lot of night hiking. It was really hot in the desert last year. And the problem with that is you may be in a situation where you need to hike out at night, your battery dies, and you really can't stop for whatever reason. You just need to keep going. You're injured, you're bleeding out, and you need to have that light, so you can just kind of throw this on and just keep going. And again, for 1 ounce, I tried to look also, rather than look at other hiking videos, which I think they tend to carry too much gear, I try to look at the ultra runners and the marathon runners and the multi-day stage runners, and try to see what they require them to carry on a lot of these events. And a lot of the events require 2 headlamps, 2 sources of light. And I guess you could use a headlamp and a flashlight. Again, I don't like the flashlight. I end up putting it in my mouth. I've used it on the trail. I like the headlamp. So again, for 1 ounce, I don't think you can go wrong with that. Then knives. Yeah, you could go and splurge and get a big knife. This isn't wilderness survival, although I do implement a lot of prepper and survival skills into my hiking. That's something I enjoy over the years as I'm getting better and better at it. But honestly, if you're just going to open packages and cut cheese, you don't need to have a really big knife. Some people also take scissors. I'll take a small razor blade also. So as far as just a lightweight pocket knife, $2. Oh, again, Ozark Trail, Walmart. I've never had this knife break. This is like my go-to everyday carry knife. It's just light. It's you know, legal limit. It fits across the palm of the hand. It's got, you know, the little, I don't know what this is called, this kind of to stabilize it. you know, quick in and out deployment. Again, $2, 1 3/4 ounces. If you want to go a little bit smaller as far as weight and bulk, at 1 3/8 ounces, a little more price though. Again, everything's more expensive if you're going smaller, but not that much. I mean, under $10. It's the Gerber, and Gerber's a great brand. It's the Paraframe Mini Clip Folding Knife, stainless steel, and they're both stainless steel, by the way. And here we are, and here is this knife right here. And I like this because it's all metal, no likelihood of cracking, breaking, and I can string some paracord or use a mini beaner and clip that up to my pack where I have easy access to it. And I do like knives. I don't like scissors. I like knives. You can clean your fingernails. You can cut pine sap, kind of scrape pine sap off stuff. You can make a tent stake. I've had to cut paracord on my hammock because for some reason the knot got tangled or pine sapped and I couldn't untie it, and I just had to cut it and chuck that part of the paracord. So again, this is a really nice for $9. Ooh, got really sunny out right now too. The only thing I want to mention about this knife is half serrated and half unserrated, and it's not as sharp as the Gerber. You're probably gonna want to sharpen it up a little bit. It is sharp. I mean, you'll cut yourself, but not as sharp. And you know, just serrated's better for sawing things. You know, when you use it to cut your steak, you know, while you're at a restaurant in a trail town. So if you don't want serrated and you just want a straight edge, I mean, for this weight, if you want to have two knives, you know, and splurge, what the heck, they're lightweight. I only carry one knife, so I hope that helps. Think about lightweight things, think about inexpensive things, what you need, what you really don't need, and test all your gear before you go on the trail. Thanks, Justice, and I'll see you out on the trail. Bye.